Hello, everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of the Nitro Racing Podcast. I believe this is episode 7. Um, this past week we had F1 at Silverstone and the Coke 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Um, I'd say one race had a decent amount happen, and the other one was relatively quiet. Um, but this week we have two guests in Puck, aka Duncan, and then we also have a new guest of LCS known as Riley. Hello. You
What's
two.
up?
Howdy.
How you doing today?
Uh, I'm just, I don't know, pretty average. I don't have anything clever to say.
I don't have. Yeah, I got nothing either today. Work is pain. I'll tell you.
I can relate.
Yeah, I hear that.
But yeah, we both did, all three of us did two races. Some better than others.
Yeah. Did you end up with a double podium over the night?
Mm, I did.
Where'd you
I
finish?
did. Yeah, I
Yeah, you
did.
got
I
P3 at
did.
Charlotte.
Yeah, I did. But I guess we could talk about Silverstone first.
Yeah. Uh,
How are
I
you
guess
guys? How are you guys feeling going into this?
in how was I feeling going into Silverstone?
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest, I could have had more prep. I mean, I didn't know if my preset would stick because entering the race, I was already under the impression I'd be literally the only person using the preset 4 with all that straight line speed. I didn't know how bad dirty air would affect me.
Uh, I felt pretty horrible. Silverstone's typically one of my historically this I'm awful at
Um,
Silverstone. So
it wasn't until about partway through the race where I really felt my rhythm through Copes and Maggots and Beckett's, and I'll be honest, I think I was taking those corners faster than most people. Like, I'll talk about the earlier parts of the race in a bit, but I was probably only losing like a tenth or so a lap to Gale on a fresher, softer tire compound. So it did speak highly of the things I was able to do, but I had a lot of other issues to compound that.
you did, huh?
Yeah, I'll just start it with my qualifying first, which was pretty funny. So I went out on my hot lap, got loose in turn 1, nearly lost it. I said, "Okay, I'll abort, go around, save, eat my ERS, go for a second lap." And then second time around, I got loose and didn't get as fortunate that time. Um, I ended up taking down the tire wall, which is like a mile away from the racing line, but
Yeah.
that's just how out of control I was. Funny enough, Mahu and Libert were exiting the pits as I did this, and I went right in between them.
Oh, I seen this. I seen it during the. I watched Gary stream back. That was funny because it's like a perfect
It
shot. If they're just watching them
was,
coming out of the pits, and you just see a car go yo.
so it was a start from the rear. I technically I had a lap, but like it was like a 141
Yeah,
because I was just
I
getting
remember. I remember. I memed you because
in.
Mahu had a faster inner lap than you. But
Oof.
yeah, it's interesting that you said preset 4 because it's like when me and Gail do our testing and stuff, we literally did a because we usually just do a 50% race.
Mhm.
And Gail, after 5 laps on preset 4, he said, "No, we're restarting this. I'm not using."
I I can't go lower down on most tracks. I feel with most presets, you're either gonna struggle on the rears or you're gonna struggle with the front nose through certain corners. And I, when I lose the rear, I feel like I can fix it. But when my nose starts wobbling, like it was at Spain, which For those who do not know what happened to me at Spain, just drop the A. Lots of spin. I think 6 total. I just I was a shell of my former self following that race. Like
Yeah.
I it, it was terrible.
So yeah, me and Gail both went with 3, and I think Mahu went with 2. What did you do,
Yeah,
Riley?
I think all the
I
Hondas
was
had
on
2.
2.
Yeah, Kermit took 2 as well, if I'm
Mhm.
not mistaken.
Right.
It's
I,
good to
li-
see variety though.
I like when my car, I don't have to necessarily worry about my car like dying on me. So it felt pretty good, and then I it was funny because like I went on mediums right first, and then I was like I want to go on softs because I want to jump everyone as much as I can. And as we get an early safety car, I'm instantly putting on hards.
Yeah, I guess 3 takers on that strategy. You and Gail being the 2 of them, me being the other.
Yeah,
Uh, uh, as excited as I was to really go for the strategy, because I really think we did make a good choice.
we
The
did.
fact that it was 2 teammates now in front of me, and you guys had an identical race to me, I was like, I don't know if I'll ever get past these guys. Like, they might just DRS train me the entire race distance.
Yeah, that might have helped at some point. But, we'll get into that. Like it was funny watching Gary's stream back, and they're like, "Man, these guys. I think this is a dumb decision." I'm like, "Do you know how long the pit road delta is here?
Yeah, I mean,
It's
it's like
it's almost 30 seconds.
30, yeah.
It's almost that. It's ridiculous." And what strategy did you do, LCS Riley?
I just went from medium to soft. And I stretched the mediums when that first safety car came out and the VSC.
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
actually worked out surprisingly
it did.
because
What was the first
Gale
lap?
hit the back of you and lost his wing, and Bacon lost his wing, and like 3 other people spun. It was whack, but actually kind of worked.
Yeah, that I think that's kind of the story of the race was a lot of people had little issues. Well, because there was a thing where Gail ran in the back of me, and we were just like, we still don't know what really happened. Because
Funny enough, I had a moment there as well because
yes, you
like
did.
I checked up in time when I saw that happening because I didn't know like how you 2 cars would react. I don't know. Someone would have spun or someone would understeer into me if I tried to go underneath. So I just backed right off, and I I guess it was just the mental lapse in concentration because as soon as I got around the corner and just tried to gas back up, mind you, I was almost at a dead stop. I just whoop, just right in the grass, just spun it.
Yeah. Then then later that lap was when the VSC happened, and my heart sank.
Yeah,
I was praying. I was
Mine did
praying for that.
too.
I was praying for that thing to end as soon as possible, and unfortunately, it didn't. Then that led Mahu, Chaotix. I think those were the only two to go in at that point.
yeah, and I think pitting under that VSC was like definitely the thing you needed to do if you were on the soft compound.
Yes.
Uh, because I
Actually,
think
interesting enough, Gail told me Chaotix had damage since lap 3.
wow, did was it lap 8? It was either lap 8 or 9.
Lap 8 was VSC.
Yeah, which honestly, from as far as I'm concerned, that would only be 1 to 3 laps earlier than the regular race strategy. So
Yeah.
just to cut off all that time by
It's
wasting
worth
the
it.
it's 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, instead of me having a 11-second gap instead of me having almost a like around 20 22 to 23 second gap on Mahu, it was only 11 and a half, and I was very sad.
So I've already gone over my first incident. Um, I had a couple more actually. So under that VSC, as it ended, it ended in a really awkward place for me, but it is my own fault at the end of the day. I should have known better. Uh, it was so I don't know what you call the last two corners. Like you go through stove, then you got the straight, then like the left right to the finish line. And for me, it was ending like under braking into those last two corners. And when the VSC is like ending while you're in a braking zone, like you have to like almost come to a dead stop to match Delta.
Yeah.
And I was like a tenth over. So I had to serve a drive through.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it was actually on my out lap of the drive through, but maybe the lap after I had a brief wheel disconnect and
Oh
went
Lord.
off track in turn one. Uh, Pretty well the same way I did in qualifying, just didn't quite make it as far as the wall. No like damage other than not the happiest tires.
Mm-hmm.
So
I had no idea.
at that point, I was like, I'm just trying to stay on the lead lap here and hope for a safety
Mhm.
car.
Yeah. Trying trying to think is yeah. I mean, so everyone. I think the only two, three people that didn't have anything weird happen to them was me, Mahu, and Riley.
Yeah.
All right.
So you're pretty happy with your performance, Riley, right? That's your best
Oh,
finish.
oh heck yeah. I was jumping up and down.
uh,
Although I'd almost be more proud of his P5 at Monaco last season.
don't
Pretty.
remind me that Monaco's in 2 weeks.
Monaco's in 2 weeks.
I know
There's
it is because I'm looking at the schedule and points.
I can already
literally
see us doing some sketchy things with pitting at certain times during the safety cars there because like
Uh,
you can be on like 25 lap old tires, but like it's Monaco.
yeah,
What's the
no,
first what are you
it's
gonna do?
nothing. It's funny because the two stop is technically faster
Yeah,
there,
exactly.
but like no one in their right mind would ever do that. But yeah, I Wahoo was fast again. He ran me down. I couldn't really do anything. He blew by me. I was sad. And the most annoying part about it is Mahu literally said he doesn't. If the VSC doesn't come out, he doesn't think he wins.
Yeah. Well, mind you, I'm not trying to like make you feel bad or anything, but he is quite humble
Yeah,
about these things. Like
yeah, I know.
he might have still had a little extra
I
juice.
yeah, I know, I know. I don't know. Like he was ahead of me of like by 11 seconds. So like I still am not 100% sure, but
Also, but once he got clear of you, like I'm sure you didn't have much to race for either, and you were
no, I was
driving a little easier
yeah. If you were actually curious, my highest tire was only 62%. So.
on the hards.
Mm-hmm.
I think I ended the race high 40s, low 50s.
Well, you use a wheel, so
Yeah,
screw
I mean,
you,
you know,
beef.
but
beef.
it's not so much a wheel thing either. Is
It's not. I, I
I
I I use my tires more than most
Yeah, like I don't think I ever actually apply 100% brakes into a corner. Like
people.
I think just generally I don't like lock them up or anything, which preserves them. And then where I'm short shifting, which mind you you do too, of course, but all those little things just kind of add up.
Yeah, no, I always, it's really hard not to use 100% brake on a controller.
Yeah, I understand that. I like I always feel like I'm more of a long run guy in Formula One, which fortunately not many races have been able to play out that way. But
This
it is
one
what it
kind of
is.
did, uh, but yeah, Mahu eventually passed me and pulled away, and then there was some shenanigans with Kermit and Chaotix. I think Kermit was upset that that he had to race someone.
Yeah, I mean, I've been upset at points of the season. Like obviously, I've had my run-ins with a very specific driver
Yeah.
most of all, but like I- of all the things to be upset about, I've never been upset about him wanting to like not give up a position or
hmm
not wanting to wait in line. Like that's
I,
just
I
not.
I was actually a little annoyed because he's like I have orange floor damage and he's fighting with all his life. I'm like, bruh. Like we were side by side in the courts. I'm like, oh, this is not gonna be good.
Who was that with?
Chafe, he had like orange. He's like, I have orange floor damage.
Oh yeah,
and, and he was like fighting me. He was blowing all his ERS to try to keep with me going to the corpse. I'm like, bruh.
he fell off the face of the planet. He ended up behind me.
Yeah, I did.
Um,
Alpine implosion.
after after my third little incident, because I had the spin drive through, then a
Mm-hmm.
second spin. I think the delta to shame, and mind you, I think he had a little bit of damage.
He
I don't
did.
know if it was floor or side pod or anything like that, but I ran him down from 35 seconds.
Jesus. Oh.
But like I was saying, I felt really good through Copes and Maggots and Beckett's. Like there
Mm-hmm.
alone, I think I was on average getting like 1.2 seconds back, then maybe another second just all over the rest of the track.
Oh my god. No, I'm pretty sure he had damage. And,
Then Chaotix was having his issues, and I want to say he had a spin on the penultimate lap and the very last one, and he spun at the end of the S's, and it actually drew up a scenario where by the time he got back up to speed, we were
side
like
by side.
both nose going into Stowe, where he had his damage and I had the outside. I was just able to just
Yeah.
throw it in there, and he couldn't he couldn't keep up.
Yeah. It was a fun race. It was much better than Xander for Xander.
Yeah,
Because Xander wasn't really our race. That was just a clown show.
Yeah, I made it more than 2 laps.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we'll have a clown show next week either. We're going to the
I
can.
I can
We're going to the pancake boys.
The
yeah
Sochi Autodrome.
Yes.
I can see somebody losing a front wing off the first couple corners, but I don't
Yeah.
think anything too crazy.
I think the big things would be a lot of floor damage at Russia.
Oh, are the curbs not good there?
Yeah, I was doing time trial yesterday, and if you hit a lot of the curves will actually send you in the air if you use too much of them.
Well, I'll have to do my
Also in
research.
sector 3 is gonna be nasty. Those are really nasty ones.
I believe that. I mean, they seem to have really amped it up with the
Also,
current.
also turn well technically it's turn 2 and 3. Those are nasty too.
Does the game penalize you for taking the Fernando Alonso line through turn one?
Mm, don't get
We'll
any
have to
ideas.
find out.
Don't get any ideas.
I ain't lifting.
Got me thinking now.
Oh God. All right. Well, I'll have to investigate that, huh?
You might have to give us a little briefing before the race if it's actually doable.
Yeah. Um, yeah. That's, I don't know. It was my It was funny. I have more podiums this season than I did all last season already, so that's good for me.
I mean, I have the same amount of podiums, but I don't really think I came on until like the last 4 or 5
Mhm.
races of last year, so it's a little disappointing, but I still
I
have my eyes on the constructors at least.
yeah, I would like to win, but it's
Yeah.
kind of hard when you have certain people that are really really fast. um, but yeah, honest question, Puck. Do you and Mahu think you can catch us in the
Uh,
McLarens?
well, here I don't I haven't like really talked about it. Like I think we just have like this kind of positive mindset regardless of deep down if we really think it's possible. But I think it's doable because the way I see it is we have what 10 races left.
Yeah, you're 50 points behind, so you have to gain at
So
least five a race.
yeah, let's just say Mahu wins 8 of those 10 races. I don't think that's
Yeah, I don't think that's. Uh,
I think that's realistic.
it could happen.
Um, now I'm gonna also assume the podiums, for the most part, maybe not every race, but will also consist of Kermit and Chaotix. Like I said, maybe they'll have their issues every once in a while, or maybe we'll just find a little extra something. But I think that's going to be the main podium. If I'm taking P4s or P5s, and let's say like you or Gale takes like a P4 and a P6 in a given race, like we are digging into that gap.
Yeah,
I mean, I I'm sad to say I'm not like doing a great deal in helping, but I I can make the difference.
yeah,
So there's no like real point situations that are intriguing. Like maybe technically Chaotix and I will be close at the end, just where he started so late.
yeah. It'll be interesting to see how everything
There's
plays out.
just such a gap on either side for me. So
I think
it's really all the constructors.
I can get third. I think now. We'll see. We shall see. And
I
yeah,
think I'll be able to get past Libert for 8th, but that'd probably be it, 'cause Puck's right in front of him.
yeah.
All right, now let's get ready for a short discussion about a long race.
Sure. Well, we have Russia. I mean, you guys feel good about Russia?
Uh, I think
Haven't
I
ever
just
raced there.
I
I
mean,
had a
it's the pancake, flat as a pancake.
I had a little bit of speed in the last game, but
Historically, I've been very fast at Russia compared to what I'm usually at, but we'll see. I tried
let's see
time
what the weather
trial and
conditions
Mahu's
are.
still like a second faster than me, so and he hasn't even practiced, so
Let's see what the weather conditions are before I make any predictions.
oh god.
I, for some odd reason, I can see you like recreating the Lando Norris.
No.
You just being greedy, not coming in for the wet tires.
Oh no.
Uh,
Don't put that in my head.
poor guy.
Poor guy. For real. Uh it'll probably be pretty tame. The start will be nuts because the run to turn two at Russia actually is
Anyone in the
wild.
top 2 rows has a great opportunity to leave turn 1 and 2 in P1.
Yeah. I remember I started there last season P8,
Hmm.
I think. And by the time we got to turn two, I was in third. So, I mean, the start there is going to be wild. So, but after that, it's going to probably be pretty tame. And there's no strategy game at Russia
No,
either.
it
So,
really is. I
uh,
have been getting off the starts better recently. Like for a while, I actually wasn't holding the clutch, and I was just like revving in neutral and then shifting up once the green lights go out, which
What?
was bad.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Um, but now that I've actually like learned what to do properly, I've I seem to have been getting out pretty quickly. Oddly enough, like the one person usually around me that seems to get better starts is lazy. Like he just gets the most ridiculous starts and then ends up clearing me sometimes, and then it's annoying because usually I'll have the pace over him and I want to get it right back.
Yeah.
I'm just losing out.
Yeah. And then he crashes himself.
Yep,
Oh God.
can confirm.
Oh God. I'm probably gonna get a DM later this week. Um. But yeah. So is it time to talk about the Coke 600?
Hell, where do you want to start?
Well, I got pole.
Huh.
That happened. Um.
Zero practice?
Yeah, I just went in and did it. I haven't had a pole since season 9, so I literally before qualifying started and my party, I was like, yeah, I don't get pulls. Get instantly get the pull. So that was kind of funny. But
The one person I actually like got to race with from like start to finish was actually LCS. Fun enough. Like our positions relative to each other would always flip flop off the pit cycles.
yeah,
Uh,
Yeah, thanks for not making me fall asleep during that race. It's really appreciated.
uh, I I thought I was actually on for a really mean undercut on him at the end, but turns out he had the same exact idea as me,
oh no.
which would have made for an interesting battle. He had the long run car, I had the short run, but
Oh, I know you had a short run. Let me tell you.
he had a little incident
And
on the
I
entry.
spun coming to pit road.
The gap was 6 seconds, I think, coming out, and I think he might have gotten as close as 2 seconds at the very end.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And
I changed some tire pressures during that race, and let me tell you, like if we had like a 5 lap dash at the end, like I could have been moving.
I was just plowing the whole race.
Yeah,
MJ,
I definitely
Yeah,
started out that way.
yeah. Um, yeah. It's also weird because like Mahu just jumped me on the start. It was so bizarre. It was like I didn't mess up or anything. It just
He's just
no.
quicker.
No, it's like it was so bizarre because like I didn't miss a shift, I didn't do anything. He just was like 10 miles an hour faster than me at the start. It made 0 sense.
Like it's been about 2 years now that I've been probably like just doing practice sessions with him, and more often than not, there's only 3 or 4 of us, so I'd always be starting right beside him when we start the session. And yeah, it doesn't matter how good you nail the gearing, he just finds a little something extra every time. And I'm not even certain if it's like his shifter, if that's what's making a difference. Although he doesn't like do anything glitchy with it, so
Mhm.
you can't like complain about it.
No, I was just like, what the hell?
He's just talented. It's just
Yeah.
he's
So
too good.
yeah, okay. So Kermit and Jonathan were getting kind of mad. They were like, "How is he this fast? There's no way." I'm just like, two things. One, some people are just born that good. Two, he's really fucking good.
I'm
So
just I'm just happy I befriended him like really early before he made too big of a name for himself, so he'd forget about me. Like
Same.
I
Right?
think he's already committed to me being his spotter for when he makes the Coke series, so I have that going for me.
The sad part is it's like yeah, that's probably actually gonna happen. But I think that's a little far out. But yeah, remember when we were complaining about cautions?
Coke's at 600 zero cautions.
Oh
That's
my god. After like 20 laps, I knew it was gonna happen.
yeah,
I
yeah.
knew. Because we were spreading out, I'm like, yeah, this is going green all the way. But
Yeah, I mean, once you get like a third of the race in, like you know what positions you're taking home.
yeah, unless you like speed or something.
Yeah, so I was just trying to keep the chat light and fun.
Yeah, I was told some interesting things from Mahu.
I so I started this game that I like to call underrated, properly rated, overrated,
Yep. Yeah, I got some.
and I just name random topics, and we were just like laying down the facts on why things are the way that they are. Like, for example, I said tomatoes, and like we were like at first it was like just like a tomato on its own, or like does ketchup and stuff count? And then I was like breaking down like the only acceptable meals to have a tomato on and stuff, and we just weren't concentrating on racing, to say the least.
Yeah, I can tell because I don't think I've ever heard Mahu talk so much in a race. Um, but I heard you were making dog noises at one point.
Uh, yeah, I can confirm that. I was prompted to do it. Someone brought out the inner dog in me, so I had to mark my territory.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
Interesting.
if I ever make it to a Nitro meetup, I might just like shave my eyebrows and just like
Ooh,
bark it
whoa.
when they first meet me. I'll just kind of send that kind of energy.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, yeah. Like, there's not really too much to talk about this race because
Oh, oh, you have something to talk
I
about.
do, I do, I do, I
You
do,
do.
I do. We'll get to that in a second. But like, besides that, like, oh, I think it was just everyone spread out and it went green all the way, and Mahu dominated again. Um, yeah, it's crazy.
I can't stress how short run my car was when I
Yeah,
got
you
my
pitted like 10 laps after me, and I was still faster than you after after you were out for 5 laps.
yeah, but like when that switch gets flicked, like
Yeah.
I fell like a rock. Like I don't even know if it was actually like overall doing me any better or
Mhm.
worse all the time I was
Yeah.
losing at the end.
So
But like
yeah, I guess I should talk about it now, huh?
yeah, I let you and even go at one point because like he came
Mhm.
out right beside me and I'm like, oh yeah, they're a lap ahead of me. They got a lot more on the line. I'll let him go, and then I'm like,
Hmm.
wait, I can pass them. I
Yeah,
I've already acknowledged the blue flag. Now I'm allowed to race them again.
but yeah, what was I gonna say? But yeah, me and Jonathan got nice, close and personal that race. We basically couldn't separate ourselves for over 100 laps, and then with about 32 to go, I was ahead of him. We went on the front stretch, right?
Hmm.
And the car randomly just broke loose, and his car was like on my bumper already. So when I tried to correct it, yeah, I sent him into the wall and he died. May or may not have wrecked him, to say the least. Um, he did not say a single word for the rest of the race. Um, Not
He
my
would have failed.
not my proudest moment.
You see, I would have had to throw in hands if he wasn't giving me answers if he was in my party and I was still playing my game.
He didn't say anything. It was
It was a
funny.
group project.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, you've had it out for your teammates.
Yeah,
Last week.
not a great time to be my teammate this past week. I hurt Gale's race and then I hurt Evan's race a little bit. I literally killed him. He was dead.
I somehow came out with a top 10 when it was all said and done. Like, Libert, I think he sped.
Yeah,
On
he
his last
sped.
pit stop. And then Kermit got pointed into the pits, also by Libert, I think.
Yeah. Kermit not happy about that one. But, I slept on it.
Hmm.
And yeah, Kermit kind of full throttled Libert into the wall.
Do it.
Are you just having like a boys will be boys kind of attitude about it?
Yeah. Because honestly, I probably would have done the same thing to Kermit. I think most people would have.
Yeah,
And
like
this is probably another moment where I'm going to get a DM. Speaking of DMs. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
he's
Um,
here, he's
he,
listening.
he is listening, and that's number 4.
Oh,
So yeah, I finished third. That's pretty good. Um,
yeah, like I definitely I had I should have came out with like a P14, P15, but just didn't have mistakes, fortunately, I guess.
yeah, I mean that's half the battle when the races are like they are right now. So
So next week we're racing on a
oh,
skate.
we're having cautions next week, no doubt in my mind.
We we will be going to a skating rink.
We're going to Dover.
Woo.
I'm so excited. Hey guys, we're gonna have cautions this week. There's no way we don't have cautions. So, it'll be pain.
Like pain will be an understatement.
Yeah.
Might have to start parking people if it gets a little too crazy.
Oh God.
Barely clip that apron on the bottom, it just sends you up all the way to the wall.
Yeah, and then randomly you break unbelievably loose off the turns, and then track
Well,
makes no
Gotta love
sense.
it.
Track makes no sense at
like
all.
here's the problem, like if you're losing it coming out of 2, like you're just gonna bounce right off the wall and back up into everyone else. There's nowhere to go when you make a mistake.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely get cautions back this week, no doubt in my mind.
We'll
So
make up for the last few weeks.
yeah,
But I mean, 4 previous races, 2 cautions,
yeah,
and like and 2 of those cautions being like at a short track, like one apiece. It's pretty
yeah,
good.
yeah. I think we'll have a few cautions the next couple of weeks. Dover, we're gonna have cautions. Michigan, there'll be cautions. So yeah,
Michigan's one of those few races that gives me hope.
yep.
Me too.
I have hopes of winning at my home track finally. I can dream.
Didn't something absolutely unfortunate happen to you at a recent Michigan race?
Every single one, dude. Every single one. Last season, I overdrove 3, and then Mahu was able to get by me.
You know what would be
Season 9 combat destroyed me.
you know what would be a very Mahu thing to do?
Hmm.
Actually go out there and break the draft and drive away.
There's no way.
If we have green flag cycles, he's doing it.
There's no way. No one's breaking the draft.
I'll pick as a lapper.
Jesus. Um, but you guys see Mahu's tweet earlier this week about Dover?
I saw it.
It was glorious. And it's funny because Jonathan was trying to defend himself about it. To this day, still, I'm just like, race car drivers don't forget. I
It's like
remember
Mike,
things.
it's like Mike Joyce said, race car drivers have the same memory as an elephant.
Yeah, I remember. It's like when Eagle gets questioned why he gets raced so poorly. I'm like, well, yeah,
Oh,
people remember
God,
why.
don't get me started with Eagle, please.
I think he punted me on lap 5, by the way.
How about lap 1 last week for me?
Feels bad for you.
I try and social distance from that guy.
I can't. He always finds me.
Yeah, I mean, how do
Correct his
you?
information.
So that's a little fun fact. Me and Mahu are the only two drivers with top tens in every race so far this season. So I hope Mahu chokes, so I can say I have that on him.
Well, unfortunately, the numbers are dwindling. For races, well, not really. Unfortunately, it's probably best off that way. But
Yeah,
we might get to a point where
single parties.
get top tens every time.
Yeah, and we might get the single parties. Who knows? Um,
That could be interesting.
yes, yeah, that'd be interesting. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy with how the races have gone. More cleaner, get them done quicker. But
Yeah, that easily could have been a 2.5 hour plus race.
yeah, for sure. But we are a fourth of the way through the season already, so it's flying by for sure.
I mean,
I
I think I think we're all just kind of relaxing until the chase begins.
yeah, might actually put practice effort in. Who knows?
Yeah, I feel that. I've I finished third in both my truck and Xfinity seasons, so I'm trying to like work out like what the equivalent to that would be like in this chase
Hmm.
format. So
Yeah,
you say 12 people are in,
yeah,
so I'll have to get like seventh or eighth to kind of
yeah.
match that, I
So,
guess.
I guess I want to ask Kermit this too. Um, it's a big jump from like Xfinity and trucks to Cup, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, but my heart's not quite in it the same way it
No, yeah, mine's
was in Xfinity too. Like if I was running practice laps, I think I'd be losing one lap a race to Mahu instead of two.
Mm. But yeah, like I don't. I just show up and race. I don't really want to put really any effort into this because moral of the story is the season still probably shouldn't have happened, but it is happening. But, that's that. So that's pretty much all we got to talk about for Cup. It did kind of just pop into my head though. Um, iRacing's 2 weeks away. So how you two feeling?
We're gonna have some great paint schemes, I'll tell you.
Oh no. Oh, that you two are being teammates. Owned. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Should we tell them what the green and yellow one is gonna be?
Oh God.
I
They'll see
mean,
it.
you got it.
I mean, it's not really a secret. It doesn't really have to be a secret. But you got some John Deere schemes coming out, and they look fresh.
Oh God.
They're actually our engine suppliers as well.
Right.
We got a lawnmower engine.
No, we
It's
got a
gonna be
John
one,
Deere
yes,
engine.
in some places.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. God Jesus.
Runs like a deer.
Oh God. Uh. Well, I expect Andrew to kick everyone's butts, so I'll be happy
Yeah.
with a win. One win.
I don't really know where I'm gonna be like relative to other people.
Yeah.
Like
It'll be interesting to see how everyone plays out.
I like to think at some point I'm gonna find myself having a couple top 5 runs.
Yeah.
I mean, like in Gary's G Lobby, for example, earlier in the week, like I was really holding my own at Chicagoland, just kind of fighting above my weight class with other people's I ratings.
Yeah. I goofed. I probably should have finished third, but I goofed. So
I
I'm
should have
excited.
finished up.
I'm excited for iRacing to come back because I think we're gonna have a little bigger turnout than we used to have. So
Yeah, even though I'm gonna suck at it, I'm probably gonna like it a whole lot more than whatever we got right now.
yeah, yeah. I mean Daytona will be wild, but that's gonna be a talking point in a couple of weeks. So soon, I am trying to get Gary to broadcast that too, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this week. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next week, which is Russia for F1 and then Dover for the Cup Series. So there'll probably be a lot to talk about the Cup race, but not so much F1. But we'll see. But
I mean,
well,
if we can stay green in F1, like we could have some really fun like on track battles.
true.
Then again, if we're having on track battles, then we might not stay green.
No, who knows? I think that's the end of that this week. So we'll catch you guys next week, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Blue.